Welcome back to another episode of the Sandstorm Meetup. Today, I am joined by Sandrush. I hope everyone is having a great and fantastic day. How are you guys doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing great.
Thanks. Great.
Doing great. So, usually just like to start out with a little bit of introduction, talking about the team and what is Sandrush for anyone out there listening that might not know what you guys are about. So, feel free to go ahead.
Awesome. Yeah, Chris, go on.
I'm sorry, got disconnected. Can you all hear me okay now?
We can.
Okay. All right. So I missed the question, but I'm gathering you would like to like a brief introduction on who we are and what our goals are here.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So my first name is Christopher. Most people will know me by Necrobomicon, and we are joined here with Pepe from the Sandrush team. We met originally through the Creator Fund. We were both in Cell 2. So you can imagine we've been doing this for a long time now.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't feel like it, but here we are. And one of the things that we noticed during our adventure there is there were more investors than artists, which means that there was going to be a great demand for high quality artists in this industry. So we figured, hey, you know what? We seem to get along. We've got common interests. We've got similar style and outlook. Let's put something together and see what happens. So we just started chatting in Discord, met a few other friends to help us along the way. And we slowly but surely put together this Sandrush project. So this Jungle Rush game here that we'll be going through in a little bit and showing you some examples of is one of the first products of that adventure and along the way. And Pepe, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself? It's nice to meet everybody, by the way.
Nice to meet you.
Awesome. Thanks, Chris. I'm Pepe. I'm based in Zurich, Switzerland. We, like Chris mentioned, we did throw together an awesome team over the years already. Like he said, I can't believe it's more than 2 years already that we are into this. We have dedicated most of our free time and now our professional time to work in the Sandbox metaverse. We mainly do experiences for our own IPs and also for clients. But one thing that maybe most of you guys out there know us for is the high resolution textured and high quality assets that we put out. And that's one of our main would say brand recognizations that we can put out, so that we really go a bit more in detail than the usual creators fund stuff or sandbox style, common sandbox style that is more clean and sleek and plain when it comes to texturing and geometries.
Awesome. And you guys say you guys have been working on this for 2 years?
Yeah, mostly, yeah. First only night times usually,
Mm-hmm.
but it's quite a long time already. Of
Yeah.
course, we like Chris said, we started in Creators Fund in different cells, and acquired quite a few cool talents from there, but also from other industries. And yeah, it's one big family, and we're really happy to be still around and to work in on this platform.
Nice.
And one of the common things that I have noticed is 2 years. It does sound like a long time, but one thing that I think often gets overlooked in these types of processes. We're not just here to throw something together. Pepe and I have spent extensive time doing management and operations and just trying to make sure that we're doing things by law, legally, and for tax purposes and these types of things. This is very time consuming.
Mm-hmm.
So over the last year or so, we've both discovered that our time is more spent doing admin management type things and trying to keep things in order and keep a good workflow and these types of things, more so than it is actually being able to create art, which was a weird change in turn of events. But I think it kind of suits this genre here, because if there's no one to guide our team, then we don't have a team anymore. So we really put a lot of value in trying to build our team and focus on getting the proper, correct people in here that suit our needs.
Yeah. And speaking of the team, how big of a team do you guys have?
Pepe, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. We are 4 co-founders that did start everything back then, and now we did grow up to let's say right now 12 people plus a few guests and advisors and guest artists, but around this size right now. Yeah.
Okay, cool. It's a decent size. Now you guys don't currently have an active website, correct?
Good question. We are syncing in the backgrounds.
Yeah.
There is a website. It's up for newsletter registration.
Mm-hmm.
But our main channels are Twitter, sometimes Instagram, and yeah, our home is Discord, of course. There we did make quite an effort to make it open for public soon. So that's a huge step for us to bring in community and all people that would take part of the project.
Yeah. Yeah. Because usually, before a project comes on, I try to go out and, look some stuff up, look at the roadmap, read like white paper and stuff. You guys did have a couple Medium articles posted. So I guess we could talk about some of those. Back in July, you guys did legendary shrines. You guys care to talk about those a little bit? Like, what exactly are the legendary shrines? I saw that you had partnered with Light Trail Adventures as well.
Absolutely. Maybe we can share. I can share a screen, so I can share at least a screenshot of the shrine, and so you can see. Give me a second.
I know the picture would look cool, and then I watched like the hype up video, and it looked nice. Yeah, it was really nice.
Cool. Thanks a lot. Let me check. It will be. So. Yep. All good. Can you see? Cool. Perfect. Yeah, just a quick spin here. This is our team, like mentioned before. The 4 co-founders and our artists, developer and marketing, also finance and guest artists that's coming on and off for different projects. The shrine that you just have mentioned, Sharp, was a quite our first big collab project together with Light Trail Adventure. We did created a quite huge building, or the intention was to make a really a landmark kind of thing out there in the metaverse, in the Sandbox metaverse. And this was created by really a lot of talented artists that did collab on this. We did the art direction here, but we also had a lot of help from Light Trail Adventure team. And the whole thing is an assembly of 7 or even 8, was it in the end? 7 NFTs that did go live on auction, like you said, last summer, and on auction on OpenSea, and was a one by one legendary that can be assembled to the building that you see here in Game Maker. So
Yeah.
it's fully playable. It has a kind of a jump and run parkour sequence built in the center tower, and yeah, a lot of different kind of cool corners, and a vast detailed yeah, environment that can be really a center point of a land.
So if I had land, I could buy this and put this on that land.
Back then you could. It's now gone. It
Yeah.
was auctioned, and we're really happy and super excited that CyberKongs did snag the NFTs.
Oh wow.
So at some point soon you will see this going live. Yeah, we can't tell much more right now, but
It's in good hands.
it's absolutely it doesn't get dusty in a wallet. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's we're super excited about this. Yeah.
Nice.
I think that this was a pivotal point in the development of our studio. Really, this kind of just gave us the confidence and the green light to say, hey, you know what? There's something here. You've figured it out. You've got a team together. You've got people in the right places. And if you all have a common mind and really just put some love and some heart and some thought into a project, we can pull this off.
Mhm.
And this shrine is giant. It's 70 meters, I believe, Pepe. Is that correct? So it takes up most of a land. And we really did entertain ourselves probably as much as the public was entertained by us as we were building this.
Yeah, no, it's impressive. I mean, you can see in the image on the right with the guy. I mean, he's even standing in the distance, and it still looks massive standing behind him. So, yeah, very impressive.
Cool.
You guys, I guess. Well, since we're on the topic of Sandbox and everything, I did also read in the Medium article that you guys own 150 different lands.
Yeah, combined. I mean, we all personally hold land. We as a company right now don't hold land. As you all know, it's pretty hard to get hands on lands right now.
Yeah.
But we have a large estate, a medium estate, and a few smaller ones, and some singles. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so that's nice. What I guess what do you guys plan on doing with that land?
Mainly we want to develop our IPs, our own IPs. We have different things in the works, and of course a hub. That was always our intention. We will start small probably, and expand from there. We will use single lands as well as larger portions probably. But with the experience that did come with client work and work for our own IPs, one land is already really a lot of space to work with, as you guys know. And for mini games and stuff like that, it's really more than enough usually already.
Yeah.
So we split up experiences over different portions, of course.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, the land is like you wouldn't think like something like even like a 1x1 would be that big, but yeah, it's massive, and you can build up and down, and there's not a whole lot of limits to it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, besides, the shrine, the land and stuff, you guys, I see, are very known for your art and your voxel creations. Who is the artist behind a lot of these?
Chris, maybe you want to talk?
Yeah, sure. I can chat for a little bit. So, pardon me. Well, initially, our core team would be myself, Pepe, Sissipe, and Ness. So we're kind of spread out all over the globe here. We don't necessarily have a single artist. We have more of a pipeline of artists. So, for example, on this slide here, you can see some NFTs that we've prepared. And this is at the request of the Sandbox. We haven't released these yet. This is something that we're kind of holding out on for the time being. But in this example, these were made by several different artists. So
Yeah.
you can see the turret. I believe Pepe made that, and then below that piece as well. One of our artists, Momo, has made some of these. Diegus has made some of these. So, and Sissipe. So we're able to get a variety of artists to come and join us. The trick really is just trying to find them and get them, convince them to join us before they go to work full time for the Sandbox.
Yeah.
So ideally, we try to scoop them up and keep them in line with our visions. So we probably have had on and off over a dozen artists coming in and out, and of course people that have they're freelancers, so they have other obligations and things that they want to experiment with. This is fine with us.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to tell people they have to come and do this much work or whatever. That's just not really how we want to operate things. Our artists are with us because they want to be.
Mm-hmm.
And so, over time, we'll all grow together. But starting out, the lead artists on this would be myself and Pepe, Nest, and Sissipe. The four of us really are the ones that got this ball rolling and started building some of these initial designs. To once we had a little bit of a portfolio built up, that made it a little easier for us to gather the correct artists.
Yeah,
absolutely. And we always try to have a bit of a distinctive style when it comes to our assets. So when artists come from Creators Fund or even just from doing voxel art by themselves, we always have a bit of a work to do to get them up to speed with our demands and high quality requests. We do a lot of custom animated assets as well and stuff like that. So we're demanding, but on the other hand, the results is also sometimes really amazing. What these all these artists and freelancer bring to the team and to Sandrush experiences.
Yeah. Do you guys ever plan on doing, or have you done, I guess, competitions to maybe find, unknown artists? I saw on your Twitter that you kind of did like a plant week thing where you were sharing different environmental assets. Do you ever like do something like, hey guys, we're going to be doing, trees, like submit like your best trees or something like that?
That's a cool approach. We absolutely encourage people to get in touch with us, and especially artists and designers that have experiences in Game Maker as well. We don't do contests. We keep this a bit at bay until we are live with Discord, because we think this is something that goes really hand in hand with building up the community. But it's absolutely down the road. It will happen for sure. And we have a lot of cool themes and topics that we cover in our work for our own IPs, but also for clients, of course. And there we are super happy if we get new inputs and new ideas.
Yeah. Okay.
we
then-
always have our eyes open for new artists. We're on Twitter looking through new portfolios, and we've had some success there.
Mhm.
Tracking down, maybe getting some things that were or some artists that were not necessarily participating in the Sandbox Creator Fund, which is kind of nice because we get them fresh and we can kind of come in with our own ideals and perspectives here, which makes it nice. However, we do want everyone to be able to adhere to the Sandbox requirements.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Even if the high res texturing and for example we build a lot of things asset based and not block based, like you see here in the screenshots. It adds up fast, you know. Each poly counts, and we need to take care of performance and things like that in game, of course, to keep things running smooth and so on.
Of course, yeah. So what is we're looking at right now at Jungle Rush. What's the difference between, I guess, Sandrush and Jungle Rush?
Yeah, absolutely. Chris, maybe you can cover
Yeah,
this.
sure. So our studio name is Sandrush. Basically, that has been derived from like the idea of the California Gold Rush.
Mm-hmm.
So, except of course in this case it's sand. You probably went through something similar when thinking of the name for you all, right? Like
I
a
think
thousand different names until something fits.
I think our name came from the song Darude Sandstorm.
There you go.
No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I wasn't here when the name was made, so I don't know.
So the Sand Rush is the studio. Jungle Rush, this is one of our verticals. So this will be an experience, a playable experience. You can see here this particular screenshot is from the Inurin Tales.
Mm-hmm.
So this will the Inurin are a tribe, one of our tribe of humanoid frogs. So there'll be some of that going on in there. In addition to the Inurin Tales, there'll also be other biomes that'll be wrapped into the Jungle Rush theme. So of course jungles, believe it or not. But you know, we've got plans for like a temple, which you all will probably see a little bit of this later, canyon areas and various other things. So we figured if we kept the sand in there, or the rush part, people would associate it back to the Sand Rush, and maybe a little bit of a disconnect from the Sandbox. We want to have our own brand kind of here, like going on, so that it's recognizable, but we still want to be able to associate this back to the Sandbox, so people can relate to that openly. We'll have other verticals that we run as well. So this is our current project, going through and working through the Jungle Rush.
Okay, so we could see different rushes, like a space rush, or
potentially, yeah.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I like that. And you did mention the other tribe, the Inurin. Am I saying that right? So you guys have that in the mech tribe, right? They work on different assets.
Yeah, we have at one point we had divided up some of our artist teams into like basically environmental artists, people working specifically for the Inurin tribe, people specifically working on mechs, this type of thing. And we rolled that separation out. Now that we've collected a large library of assets, we're probably going to bring everybody back together again here at the beginning of March, so the next week or so. Recoup, meet with everybody, and change our focus again. We've got probably over 200 assets already in our library, so this is sufficient for us to get through several experiences. You can see here on this particular slide a few of the assets that we've recently had created by our team here.
Yeah, no, it looked great. I like the detail, especially in the one on the back right with like the butterfly and the whatever spinning behind it, the sparks coming off the firefly. Like there's just a lot of detail.
It's important to us that we sort of try to maintain this look and feel for our assets, because we believe this is what separates us out a little bit from some of the other folks.
Mhm.
By kind of going off and doing our own type of studio, we're able to break free from some of the technical requirements and go beyond them from what the Sandbox typically has. So we can go a little bit higher face count, certainly better, more details in our assets. Animations, we can do custom animations, which is great. You can see here, this is an example of the Inurin. And it's apparently very happy in breakdancing here. These are not to scale, of course, but just here to get the general idea of some things that we've been working on here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so Sam or Slade said in chat that's not the normal breakdance, because like right now in the Sandbox, like you can do like 3 different dances. Did you guys like, I guess, animate that yourselves and make them do a dance?
This is a custom animation. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, we have a really talented developer that is helping us with creating also tools, distinctive tools to do special stuff like custom animations outside of VoxEdit. That's super awesome for us. We quite have some tricks in our sleeves, and we're super excited that our team has the knowledge and the talents to use these tools also to their best use, and make sometimes assets and animations that otherwise would not be possible. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And do you guys ever plan on, I guess, being, like a third party, like contractor, like say an NFT comes to you and was like, hey, we have no idea how to make these assets. We have no idea how to work voxel or any of that. Like, can you guys make us this list of characters? Like, do you guys ever plan on doing that?
I can answer this if you like. That was one of the concepts that Pepe and I initially had talked over when we formed the studio. Is, hey, you know what? There's a lot of work out there, and if there's not a team out there to put together high quality content, no one's going to come to the metaverse and hang out with us.
Yeah,
it's all going to be kind of generic looking, and that no one will benefit from this. So part of our brand here will certainly be running commission work for as many brands as we can. Basically the limitation would just be the size of our team.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely have some intentions. We'll be making some announcements as far as that goes too, probably very soon. I know we've got one that we're about to fire off within the next 10 days, hopefully, or at least we'll be starting pre-production.
Okay. Awesome.
By the way, thank you all for the nice comments in the chat. Appreciate it.
Yeah, these look great. I love that crab with the saw blade.
Yeah, so that's a medium size. So to scale, the one on the right is much larger. That would be the boss crab. And so the one to the left, that would be kind of like its minion, and we have another smaller one that's more like a one-hit kill type deal for like the run, smash, and grab type environment. So that'll be coming down the pipeline and available, hopefully pretty soon. These will be used in our experiences. Yeah,
I really hope that Sandbox like implements some type of like renting feature. So, say if like say if someone like me wanted to build, an experience, and it was like you get to the top and you fight some final boss, whatever, but I don't know how to build any voxel characters, and we started out on the beach and I wanted to rent some crabs that you had to fight, and I could just, instead of like, paying you guys to do a whole new crab, like I could go rent a crab that you already made. And I really hope that they implement something like that.
Yeah, I guess it remains to be seen. It would be the opportunities out there. We are not even to the point where we can realize them yet.
Yeah. Sandbox is so new. What are we looking at right here? What are these guys?
These are the Mecha tribe. We kind of have intersection here. You did see a lot of jungle environment and the Inurins, these frog guys.
Mm-hmm.
They have kind of a counterpart in our main IP story with Jungle Rush, and yeah, these are some badass temple guards that you probably will see later on if we want to share a small sneak peek of one of our experiences. Yeah, we kind of have this as a bit of an ongoing evolving narrative that we're working on, and yeah, it's still in the works, but yeah, it's not only all peaceful in our lands, of course.
Nice.
Many of our mechs will be quadruped or not necessarily like humanoid bipedal characters. These happen to fit a particular theme. I think maybe we'll have one or two more of these types of mechs here. The idea basically being many generations ago, humans had abandoned Earth, and when they left, they just left all the junk here. And over time, all of these metal parts sort of just became their own form of life and evolved into like these types of mech guards and things like that. So, in addition to that, that's where the Inurin tribes came from. Without the humans being here or there on Earth, they were able to quickly evolve and take more of a humanoid form and start to build societies and cultures and things like that. So the counterpart of that, the nemesis, is going to end up being this mech tribe. So they've spread quickly, of course, because we've left trash and garbage and scrap heaps of metal everywhere. But also over time, the jungles and the areas where these things were left have become overgrown. So that's where the jungle is going to come in. So we've got these robots that have basically went from wire to life through a jungle that has became overgrown, and now they are trying to protect their own, or they're taking over other cultures and civilizations.
Sounds like a scary Wally.
Yeah.
So you guys are making a game. Is there anything that you can tell me, I guess, about the game that you guys are developing?
Yeah, sure. Chris, maybe we even don't show the slide and hop over to Game Maker. Chris, what do you think?
Yeah.
Maybe
I think
we can show something like you see here. I will end screen sharing for now.
Okay. There we go. Okay. So here is our first experience here. This is a dark temple.
Okay.
Just give you guys a second to take it in a little bit here. So the player will start off on this little pillar here. All right. Now this is not our defined avatar. This just happens to be whatever. We've got some really good, excellent tree kits that are module. You can see here the outcome of that. So these trees, what's really nice about these, they can be rearranged in all kinds of different ways. So we don't have the same tree over and over. We have parts of trees that we can assemble here in Game Maker. This allows us to get a huge variety of stuff. So you can see here some other ones. We've went with a night theme on this one because we think the lighting is most appropriate. Here's another tree kit here.
Yeah, you guys have really good environmental assets, I will say.
Yeah, and the time was definitely put into these. Some of these assets that you're seeing here are some of the first ones that we've done.
Yeah.
It's like some of these pillars over here, right? Some this scaffolding, and the torches are pretty new. They look really good, and I've been real happy with them. And then from here, the basic premise of the Dark Temple situation in most of our other games it's going to be your typical run, jump, smash, and collect stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we all kind of think this is a fun type of gameplay. I'll just go through a few little things here throughout the level here. You'll see that we've got some gardens established. So we know we might be doing something with these. And these are basic assemblies. This is part of this will also function as somewhat of a portfolio for us, so that other facilities that might be interested in doing business with us can come in and take a look at what we're able to do and what we are willing and wanting to do. So let's go up here, and we can take a look at a few things. It says our city is under attack. A little elevator here, and come on up to the top. Now you can see is a treasure chest in action. So right now we've got a lot of these elements that are being put together for us. In the background, we've recently gotten a new team member to come in and join us with this, and I've really just been completely impressed with the results. You can see we've even started to get some enemies in here, some little bee bots.
Well, those things are hard to hit.
I had to actually make them a little bit bigger because it kept missing, so I added an antenna. But one of the things that we'd like to see in here would be like mobs of enemies, kind of like Diablo style, coming in and just hack and slash. The secret path is over here. Right along the side here. So if we sneak around all this, this will give us access to the other parts of this level. I'm skipping these because when I collect these, they lag.
Yeah.
So, and then we're coming into another little section here, and this is kind of like a little area to look down, right? So I'm coming back to this garden theme as a way of displaying assets and just making the environment look friendly and interesting. You can see we've got a little touch of some Venus flytraps here. This is a very large level. I'm not going to be able to show this whole level. It's a 1x1 land, but probably a walkthrough alone takes around 35 minutes.
Oh my god.
So we have certainly made the most of this land. I don't know if our next levels will be this in depth, but you can kind of see what we've got going on quite a bit here. So we've got some other enemies. These cool spiders that Sissipe has made.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these look amazing.
And then, just a run, jump, collect type stuff.
So say like, I guess to complete the level, is what would you have to do? Just collect everything on the level?
The level will have several different quests and things like that. As you can see, I've exited play mode. I'll give you guys a little sneak peek. So the idea here is you're going to want to collect these runes, but there's going to be a few different objectives. So the player may want to come in and do this level more than once. So one of the objectives might be try to complete this level in a certain amount of time. You're not going to be able to complete the level in that certain amount of time if you're also collecting all the runes.
Yep.
It's just not going to be possible. So if I zoom out, you can see really the extent of what we're working with here.
Oh my god.
So it kind of breaks
keeps going.
Yeah. So we're using the full land here.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the real quote unquote end of the level will be to see if you can find yourself in the boss room, which is kind of like just basically like kind of going to be in this area here. But as you can see, there's no doors. So, that'll be part of the challenge here as you're going through. How do you get up there? How do you get down through this ceiling? These types of things.
Yeah.
I'll be little challenges and quests. You can see some surprises we've got hidden in here too. A common theme in this level is going to be the functionality of this elevator here. So this elevator goes all the way from the ground all the way up. You can see over here. My offset is 110 blocks, so it's going to go way up, pretty much almost to the top, and that allows access to different parts of this level.
Yeah.
Some of them will be gated with a lock and key.
Mm-hmm. This is insane.
Probably the most time-consuming part, at least that I've experienced on this, is decorating. Coming in and making it look cool. Surprisingly, the block layout, we have a method for this, so that's not too bad as far as getting that. But the amount of detail that we're looking for, you can see here. This is just one patch of leaves.
Yeah.
Right, and but that's not sufficient for one tree, right? So just getting these things in place and in order, naturally we'll learn more about this process over time, but you can probably easily gather that just going through and adding some decorations is a huge time constraint on this. Probably about to go through and get some really good high detail texturing on here. I'll bet I've got probably about 30 hours into it.
Oh my god. Yeah, that looks amazing. So when you complete, you make it to the boss battle and you beat the boss, what do you get?
You get to play again.
You get to play again?
Yeah,
we haven't gotten to that part of our planning, Pepe. Did you have an idea of what you think should happen?
We all know what will happen, but we can't reveal this now.
No alpha.
It's a surprise. It will be scattered all over the world, on other experiences that we will put out. It's in the works. It will be fun. It will be fun. It really connects with the Discord, connects the community. It's really all about getting everything and everybody rewarded to play with us and our experiences and our games.
Okay, and say like when Sandbox is ready and these experiences are out, like what would I need anything to play this?
No, it will be free to play.
It
will be play to earn. Even so, that's a big goal on our side.
Yeah,
it's hard to pull off. We aware of this, because you can say it easily, but to really pull it off, it needs quite a few components that work hand in hand. But we have the framework and everything already set up, and like I said, it will be fun and rewarding for all our players and for the community.
Nice.
We've put a considerable amount of thought and effort into the result of your question, for sure, and we think that over time it'll, of course, like most things in this metaverse, it'll become more popular. We would like to kind of run other experiences. Right now, our current game plan is most of our experiences will, or at least for this particular IP, will be 1x1 lands, because if we go much bigger, the poly count will just be too high.
Yeah.
So, it's probably acceptable, but if I wanted to detail a 4x4 land to this extent, it would just lag. It would be bad.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you did a lot with a 1x1, and like you said, you could have this, and then that leads into a whole nother experience. It could continue the story, and there's no point to just throw it on a 4x4 where it's going to lag. And
yeah, later down the road for sure, but we grow with the platform. This is what's our goal here.
Yeah. All right. I mean, if anyone in the chat has any questions, feel free to ask them. I did want to ask you about the Rush token. If you guys want to talk a little bit about that.
Yes, sure. It's like I said before, it's not revealed completely.
Mm-hmm.
It is something that is we right now we can speak openly here. It's a social token. We minted to try roll. quite a while ago already. And like I said, it will be one of our tools to reward community and participation on games and also in Discord, of course.
Mhm.
It's the tokenomics are more or less set, but like I said, there's a lot of details. In the devil lies in the details. So it's important for us to pull it off correctly and make it work. And until now, it's really was reserved to reward only internal team for their hard work.
Mhm.
But it will be publicly available, and we will try to provide liquidity as well, of course, later down the road.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, a lot of that. I know there's a lot of NFTs, especially that have tokens, and I always wonder like what the legal side of that is. I know a lot of projects I talk to say like, yeah, they spent a lot of talks with lawyers, making sure they're doing it right, and then some of them are just like, yeah, we're not really sure, but we're just gonna do it. And
Yeah, that's the thing. If you incorporated a studio, you need to take care of these things. You just can't go all out and do crazy stuff. The good thing here in Switzerland, it's regulated, so that's a good thing for once. And yeah, you don't get to jail if you do it. But still, it has its downfalls, and we need to take care, of course, so
yeah.
that we don't run into troubles later on. Yeah.
I guess we are almost coming to the end. I will ask you guys. You guys have been around. You say 2 years. If you were to say like where you hope to be a year from now, what would you say that you hope Sandrush is looking like?
I can take that question if you like.
Cool.
All right. So ideally, we want to, excuse me, we want to continue pushing our IP in our various verticals. You know, we would like to grow our social media. We would like to grow our community. So these are things that we've got a lot of the background work and the legwork already in motion and coming down the pipeline. So I think these will be reality for sure. On the admin end, I would like to be able to have at least 2 fully functional teams so that we can be operating on a few different commissions at the same time. There's too many. There's still too many investors and not enough artists. So we need to try to be thorough, accurate, and fairly quick. But we can't do this with just one team. We've already had to turn down several projects that we thought would be fun to do. But we can't do them without all the resources. So we will definitely be ramping up, hiring some more artists. I don't think we've stopped looking for new talent since we started this together. So having a few separate teams to run, that's on our radar. We'll have several experiences released by then. Our internal tools will be drastically improved. Our website will have content. Hopefully, at this point, we've got a few plans on that, and you'll be hearing from us with some other verticals and some different quote unquote brands that we'll be rolling out that are related to Sandrush, but also related somewhat to Jungle Rush as well. So, as you can imagine, keep an eye on our social media, all of these types of things. We try to post there as frequently as possible. It is another area that we're planning to try to ramp up. We understand the importance of social media, but up until recently, we've kind of lacked the ability to do this, all the back end admin stuff, all the art, and operate these teams all at the same time. So it's really just a matter of figuring out how to use our resources properly. So, and I think we'll be getting better at this, definitely. Even just looking back at where we were when Pepe and I were first writing the grant paperwork for the creator fund, and just putting together some ideas, how far we've come since then. it's easy to get lost in that on a daily basis with these minuscule nominal tasks that need to be done that just seem tedious, but all of those tasks will add up for us over time.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll embrace new challenges as they come. It's very exciting.
Mhm.
And one of the things Pepe said, we're trying to grow with this industry as it grows. So just kind of take things in stride. We know things will change, so just stay open-minded about this and see how it goes.
Agreed.
I think Pepe is probably on the same page as far as goals for the next year.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, to keep everything running as a studio, you also need to do client work. And we're super excited, like Chris said before, to announce soon first partners. We also have a very amazing partnership with a studio, with Nabia Studio in France, that we collab on a lot of jobs from now on. And yeah, that it's so exciting. Everybody is working towards these great experiences and cool games and stuff in the metaverse. It's a blast.
Mm-hmm.
And we all in transition to go full time here in the next few weeks and months, and that's a big step for us as well. But we're confident. It's an amazing industry to be in as creators.
Yeah. Everyone watching the stream, go follow Sandrush on Twitter. And yeah, like you said, when you guys, I guess, start helping people with builds and taking on just people that are like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Literally, just show them this, and they'll be like, "Please build me the head." Build me something like this, because yeah, this. I mean, I don't know a whole lot about Sandbox and the building side of it, but just from me looking at this, like, yeah, this build looks amazing, and you guys are extremely talented. I will say that.
Thanks a lot, mate.
Thanks. We look forward to you being able to play it.
Yep. I will definitely be playing. Once Sandbox allows people to play experiences, I will definitely be playing this experience.
That's great.
Excellent.
That's great.
I like your attitude.
Well, I want to thank you guys for coming on today. I appreciate it. It was a good talk. If there's anything you guys would like to add before we end the show.
Awesome. Thanks for having us. Amazing. It's great. We love how SandStorm community did grow over the last few months. It's super cool to be here with you guys. And the journey goes on for all of us.
It does.
Yeah, I've been personally looking forward to going through this with everybody. I knew it was going to be a good chat. We've done a few interviews here and there. This is our first live one that I've done, at least. So that's kind of cool. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming on.
Seeing y'all in the metaverse over the next forever.
Yeah.
So, and hopefully, probably, I think most of us will be packing our bags and moving into the metaverse soon enough.
I agree.
Thanks.
Well,
also. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Thanks for the cool comments. I had time to read a bit. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Super awesome.
Yeah, thanks everybody for coming in.
And feel free to get in touch with us on Twitter, and of course also in the SandStorm Discord and so on. We're all around places.
Yep. Make sure you guys follow them once again. Yeah, people in the chat loved what they saw today. I want to thank you guys for watching. We will be live again on Friday, I believe, at 12 Eastern, 5 UTC time. And thank you guys for coming out. Once again, follow Sandrush on Twitter, join the SandStorm Discord, follow the SandStorm on Twitter, and follow the stream as well.